Hey everyone, how's it going out there? Welcome to podcast number 4. Today we got a 441 update. Saturday, what the hell happened? And eye waxing story from yours truly. And did you know Jeff Daniels is in town? All that and more on podcast number 4 of the Hahn Show. Let's get it going. Alright, how's everyone doing? Listen, I'm kind of pissed. I started recording this podcast and let my screen go to sleep, and apparently that stops the narration. So I'm going to start half of this over again and tell some of my stories again, and I don't think it's going to be as good. But what the fuck, let it happen. Speaking of which, I'm going to be a little bit more lively. As you can tell, I'm already there. Last week I was a little tired when I did my podcast. Same as this week, I'm kind of exhausted. And KDO called me out. She's like, Drew, you sounded tired. So I want to make sure I put out, a good, happy, energetic vibe. So I got off of work today and I had myself an energy drink. Slammed that. And then just before this podcast, I made myself a drink, and that is gone now. So I think I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to tell you the stories, and we have a lot to catch up on. It's going to be a fully loaded podcast, and I also feel like we should have a drinking word just because there's a lot to say, and I feel like I'm going to be saying either holy shit or fuck a lot. So if you hear any of those words, just when I swear, just drink. Drink along if you're at home listening in the evening hours, or whatever hours, and you want to drink, Disclaimer, do it responsibly. Okay, so let me start. Oh, by the way, that intro song, this week's song, is Riptide by Vance Roy. I'm loving that song. You can catch a lot on 96.9. Okay, bear with me. I gotta turn off this fucking sleep mode on my computer. I didn't ask for it. I usually try to turn it off, and I don't know why it does that. So, okay. So what's been going on? I'm gonna try to, be, multitasking here, but I don't know if I can do that or not. Okay, hold on. So today was tired. I was falling asleep a lot. I'm exhausted from the weekend, and you're going to hear all about that very soon here. Hardwares and devices, add device, connect, no, back up your computer, appearance and theme. Well, I'm just looking for the right menu here to take off this sleep mode. System and security. Let's go that. Route. Power options. Yes. Change the power buttons. Change battery settings. Is that what I want to do? Is that what? Turn off. Oh no. Power options. Let's just click it. Click it. Click it. Sorry. So yeah, I'm tired today, and at work I'm literally falling asleep at my desk at the end of the day. My eyes were shut, and I'd have to I realize I'm sleeping, and I need to pull them open. So one of the last times I realized I'm sleeping, so I threw my eyes open. At the same time, I was about to actually go into real sleep because my eyes opened up, this came out. I was just about to start snoring, and so as I took my deep breath, the snore came out, and I'm just like, really? I need to get up, I need to move around, so I'm like, it's time to pee. So I head to the bathroom. You tell me, guys, what do you do to help yourself get along in the day? What gets you going? So I go to the bathroom, nobody's in there, and I got my music in my ears, I'm still listening to it, and I'm jamming out while I piss. And I get done, and it's realized nobody's still in there. I've washed my hands and I'm about to go, and I catch myself looking in the mirror, looking at me, realizing I look pretty good today. I'm feeling sexy. So I start to can't even talk. I start to bounce out some dance moves. There we go. I try to take bust out a move. Bust out a move. That's what I was trying to say. So I start dancing. Right there in the bathroom for about 5 minutes. Nobody came in. About 2 songs. I got to, jive out, wail my arms around, kick a leg or two, a couple high kicks. Sure, why not? And just a dance party for one. I loved it. And I think it helped wake me up, but it didn't really fucking matter because it's the end of the day, and I just needed to get through the last 20 minutes of my day. What was I going to get done? I'm tired. I just want to go home. I go to sleep. But I got a podcast because people are waiting for it. I know. All my listeners, all 3 of them, you guys are waiting. And I love it. I got to get this out for you. Especially it's like the middle of the week. The next set of events are about to happen. And so we got to know, well, what the hell happened last weekend? So let's move right along. Okay. Quickly, I got to give a 441 update. Some of us drive the Polish Connection. I drive it every day. Again, new things always popping up. They're moving along. Construction's going on. Looks like they're prepping for ramps they're going to build and, roadways, without interfering with our driving path now, which is great. And so, the other day, me and Katie and our friend Matt were driving through about Sunday, about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell that story why I'm up and moving around at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, after a rough Saturday. But anyway, so we're hitting the Polish Connection, and we noticed, man, there are a lot of fucking flags up. I mean, those pink flags, if you've gone through the Polish Connection, they have them up just all over the place, just evenly spread out. I don't know why, what they're for, what they represent, but we couldn't help but laugh, thinking, who is that poor schmuck that had put all those flags? I mean, if you must have really been late that day, like, oh, Jerry, welcome aboard. Can you just get into that tractor and make some holes? And Bob, great to see you. Lift the crane and go over there. We got a big project for you today. And oh, Tim, you're about 10 minutes late. We got to get those flags up in that dirt over there. I want every 3 feet a flag. Pink ones, too. So get them up, don't fuck it up, and don't be late tomorrow, or you're going to be putting up the rest of the flags. So yeah, they're just flags everywhere. I don't know what they're for. This would be great if we could find out, or if someone could explain, what do the flags represent? They're just pinkish, random flags, like, if you're going to put up flags, why not put up American flags, or a rainbow flag, or I love construction flag. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be something better than pink. Anyways, so the other day I was driving through it earlier this week, and I noticed some of the flags must have came out or knocked down, and so there was a guy out there, putting up this one flag that came out, and that must suck, Tim, a flag in the center row of 5? Yeah, about 3 up. It has come out. You need to carefully walk through our finely paved gravel and get that flag back in there. Okay, thank you. So, I mean, doesn't it make you just want to go out there in the middle of the night, get a group of us, and just pull out flags at random and really fuck up someone's day, Hopefully Tim won't be late again and then have to, clean up our mess. But anyways, so that is the 441 update. I'll try to get you some real updates in the future here, but I don't really fucking care today. We got a lot to get through. So, moving along. What's next? Yesterday. Oh my God. Talk about brutal. If the next worst thing after putting up those flags is probably getting your eyes waxed. And I do it. And, because, oh God, the caterpillars on my face have to come off. I've learned it. I can tell when things are getting hairy, and I know I have long hair and whatever, but, I mean, those bushy things, I mean. So anyways, go to the same girl. I've been going to her for about 4 years. Well, no, longer than that, 8 years, but I've only been getting my eyes waxed for probably about 3 or 4. Anywho, it's getting harder and harder to do, people. Like, it hurts. Like, the more I do it, the more I dread it. The more I thought I could be a man and handle this, and I used to handle it just fine, but I don't know if I'm just comfortable enough to be like, it hurts, I'm going to fucking show it. Really, I blame it on the new wax. When I went there was just this wax that they use and wax strips and just pull it right off. I managed to get through there, just a few couple pulls, and my eyes were done. I should go in sooner, so it's not so much mess to clean up, but I just don't. I put it off. I always put it off. And so then, it's like full out new eyebrow, shaping that has to be done. But, a couple months ago, earlier in the year, she's like, oh, I got this new wax. It's so much better. It's more accurate. It's more, pulls out more of the hair, more better. It's less painful, blah, 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 blah. I trust my hairdresser. I like her. She is a very nice person. So I'm just pointing out that my opinion might differ from hers a little bit in the fact that it fucking hurts. This new wax, it hurts. Like, I can't handle it. I mean, it's just literally the wax on there, and then it dries like goo, and she's got like this stick that starts to peel the wax off, and then it's just like literally, there's no strip, it's just like pulling wax right off. No piece of paper to go with. I don't know, and she tries to show me, and I'm like, I don't really need to see this. It hurts, and I know it's coming, even though you say you're trying not to tell me, but I know when the hand's going to my face, I can even sense it with my eyes closed that you're going to pull soon. And, I don't know. So, getting my eyes waxed is getting painful, and I know I'm going to have to keep doing it, but I did decide I will not get my nose waxed that much anymore. With this new wax, she raved about how you can get other areas waxed that are hairy. Men have hair, and it's just like your ears, your nose, I don't know where else facial hair grows or back hair. I don't know how much that wax covers. God knows I would not get anything more than my eyebrows done with that wax. So Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. I get nose wax. I did wax my nose with this new stuff the first time I tried it, and that wasn't too bad, to be honest. My eyebrows always hurt more than my nose did that last time. But I won't be doing the nose thing again. It's a lot of upkeep. It gets pricey after a while. My nose hairs, it was nice that they were gone, but they're gonna grow back. And I know it's not true that when you wax or shave it grows in thicker, but I just feel like, bam, my nose hairs were back. So was it necessary for me? Not right now. Not every time. Okay, so that is my eye waxing story. Let's move on along to Saturday. No, let's backtrack to Friday. No, let's go back to Thursday quick. Angie's 40th. Just want to say a great time at Grand Union, and then down at Rookies, I got hammered. I think I was more drunk than the birthday girl. So I know I had a good time, but I don't even remember it. So not all of it anyway. There's parts that I remember. I just remember being that guy. And then another fun bike ride home. I better make sure I'm still recording because sometimes this thing... Okay, still recording. Okay. And then Friday was supposed to be the movie on the hill, but everyone had other things to do. So we got some cancellations and blah, blah, blah. And so I just finally said, let's forget about the whole idea. I'm dead tired because I'm now hungover from Thursday. I don't do myself any favors though, because even though I'm glad we canceled the movie on the hill, I decided to go down to Cinderella's, catch up with some of the regulars. I was jonesing for a Bloody Mary. And so I have 3 Bloody Marys and some other drinks, and then someone was buying shots for me, and I closed down the bar. Kathy gave me a ride home, the bartender, and even though I live 2 blocks away. So I didn't do myself any favors, did not recoup. Woke up Saturday morning, realized I was supposed to go down to the farmer's market. Well, not supposed to, but I wanted to, and was going to try to catch up with KDO down there. So I bounced up around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'm like, no time for barely anything. A quick shower, quick try to do my hair, and out the door I try to bike downtown quick, try to catch up to her. I texted her, but no response, but it's the farmer's market, we bumped into each other. And so, yada, 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 what are you doing today? All I know is about the Packer game. It's at 3, going down to Cinderella's. So, yeah, got myself some gladiolas and had myself some egg rolls, breakfast at Champions. Those are the 2 things, egg rolls and gladiolas. And so I came back home, did some stuff around the house, waited till about 3, and then went back down to Cinderella's, joined Debbie for the Packer game, watched it in, I think, almost its entirety, if not close to the end. Yeah, I think almost. And then found out that Steph and Lisa were hanging out at Steph's place for some wine and chit-chat, so me and KDO joined them and had a wonderful wine party. I'll post some pictures. I'm sure you've seen a few. I want to make sure I'm telling the story to the liking. Yeah, so Packers, Steph's, wine's just flowing, having a lot of laughs, really got to know each other, chit-chatted it up. What else did I do there? Nothing. Oh, while we were there, KDO, she needed some Tums. Oh, she had heartburn. She said all she wanted was Tums, and it's been pouring out all day Saturday. Well, good friends are good friends. And it was just hilarious to watch Steph and Katie go back and forth. Steph's like, I'll bike to my neighbors. I know she's home. She said she's got Tums. I'm going to go get them. And Katie was like, no, I can drive us. It's not a big deal. And they're trying to, Katie was trying to find her keys, and Steph's bounced on her bike already. I mean, at least we're just watching this go down. It was real entertainment, Steph's like, no. And Katie's like, yes. And needless to say, Steph got all wet and went out in the rain. So that's a trooper. Got us some Tums. Made us feel better. We had a little dance party. Oh, that's right. We had a little dance party up at 4 in Steph's living room that night. And then we ended up at a house party. Yes. Our friend Matt, been seeing a little bit more of, who we ran into during Mile of Music last couple weekends ago. He was at a house party, invited us down, so we said, what the hell? Went down to this house party. The funny thing about this Saturday is I wanted to take it easy. Lisa's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, nothing big. I really just want to save some money. I'm exhausted. So I never had a break from the moment I got up. Farmer's market, Cinderella's for the Packer game, Steph's for some wine, and now it's like 11 o'clock, and we are headed from Neenah to Kimberly to go to this house party where we're not going to know anybody. So we get there, show up with our wine, and I realized I left my cell phone back at Steph's home in Neenah. Precursor to later in the story. So anyways, we get to know the people there, have a lot of laughs from what I can call. Again, the night gets a little blurry. Played some Flip Cup. Hadn't played that since Rock USA, but in that short amount of time, that's the most I've played Flip Cup in about 3 years. So I am getting quite well at that. So I end up passed out in a chair by the fire, and one of the guys escorts me into the house, and then, oh my God, it was fun from what I can recall. I really sound like a problem. I got a problem. I drink too much. I know I do, folks. I'll address the issue later. Let's not go there now. So about 8 o'clock, I wake up in the living room, passed out on one of the couches. On the couch across the way is another dude passed out. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in this strange house now. Not really sure where KDO is. I know she's with Matt somewhere in a bedroom in this house. But where, I don't know. And whose house this is, I'm not sure. And I don't know what the fuck's going on. So the guy that's passed out gets up and leaves. So now I'm just alone in this living room. I want a blanket. I've been curled up with some jacket I found. And I'm like, when I wake up at 8, of course I'm still drunk, and one thing people know about me is, in situations like this, Drew will wander off. Drew will find, when I feel an independent moment coming along, I will do what the fuck I want to do to get to where I need to be. And so I woke, didn't know how long Katie was going to be before she got up, so I'm like, and Steph and Lisa had left earlier in the night, so wasn't sure who all was going to be there. So, anywho, I get up at 8 and leave the house. Decide I'm going to walk home from Kimberly to my place at Menasha. Yeah, I walk home, and I start out thinking this will be brief, this will be easy, this will be quick. You know what? It's not. And I didn't have a cell phone, so I couldn't call for backup, someone to pick me up. I wasn't going to be able to communicate with Katie whenever she woke up that I left and I was walking home. What the fuck? People are trying to email me? Oh, Jamie. She always sends like 3 at a crack. I bet you. So we heard 2. There'll be 1 more. Yes! I knew it. There will be more, but I'm going to have to mute this motherfucker. Baby, okay. It's muted. Okay. So anyways, I walk home. I'm kind of stumbling around at first. I'm like, please don't let a cop come by. I look a little strange. 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking in flip-flops, no jacket, and a tank top. I look real classy. No shades to cover up my hungover eyeballs. So I walk home. And, oh my gosh, just keep swimming. An hour and 20 minutes later, I made it home. And trying to figure out what the hell. I stopped at Quick Trip. It was on the way to get some food. I sit down. I start to eat, and then there's a knock at the door. And yes, it's KDO. A good friend. She followed up. She wanted to make sure I was okay home. Because I had no fucking cell phone. Holy shit. So, just as I sat down and ate, I just did this whole journey, and then she showed up. So I'm like, hey, how's it going? So we quick catch up. Come to find out, she wasn't even there that night. I saw her car outside, but she left with Matt. Went back to her place. So I was even more alone than I thought in this stranger's house. Didn't know anybody. And they didn't really, I don't know, they seemed like, it was early, I was drunk, I wasn't getting a friendly vibe from the few people I glanced at or heard. You know that girl that just sounds fucking annoying in the morning? Like, she's a ditzy, brunette, blondish kind of woman. Like, oh my God, last night, you were so drunk, but kind of like with a smoky rasp in her voice, I don't know how to describe this. But, well, Mackenzie and Rochelle, if you recall, she would have been the one sounding kind of girl from when we were at Rock USA up early in the morning and oh, I'm pretty! She'd always end that phrase with, but I'm pretty! Oh, just going on, in this fucking annoying tone. I'm like, I need to get out of this house. So anyways, I was completely alone in this house when I woke, so I didn't feel quite as bad as having to leave early in the morning. So we got in the car, went to Steps. Remember, that's where I left my cell phone, and that's when, of course, went over the Polish Connection and first identified these pink flags that were everywhere. And, got our phone, caught up with Steph, had ourselves a lovely trip, came back home, and I laid around for the rest of the freaking Sunday day. So, it was a weekend. It was a Saturday. I did not take it easy whatsoever like I thought. And, the shit happens. Whatever. So that's Saturday. Let's move on. I talked enough about that. Are you bored yet? If you're still listening, kudos, by the way. Okay. Okay, I bet you those are two good drinking words. If you had drank every time I say okay or you would be wasted right now. Especially if you're doing shots. I mean, or you're going to be very soon. So moving right along, let's get into some events and things that are going on randomly. I got this thing in the mail from the Grand Opera House in Oshkosh. I think I got this because last year I bought tickets to Boogie's Christmas show there, so now I'm on a mailing list, which is fine. It just lists a couple of, for the year, upcoming events, which Boogie is doing another Christmas show, which I'm extremely excited to hear about, and will force all of you to go with me because it was fabulous last year, and it just made the Christmas season. I never felt so Christmassy until I saw that show. Anyway, so the cover, I'm looking at the cover of this pamphlet, and I'm like, is that Jeff Daniels? I'm like, I think it is. So I'm like, I better look into this, so I turn a couple pages in, one page, and there's Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels is the Spotlight event. Apparently, backed by popular demand, too. He's currently starring in an HBO show called The Newsroom. I think it's pretty funny, I think. Anyways, on August 31st, if you're all interested, Jeff Daniels and the Ben Daniels Band will be playing there. I had no clue he was part of a band or that he would be in the area so soon. But you can catch that, like I said, on August 31st. There's a 2 o'clock show and a 7:30 show. So any Jeff Daniels fans out there, I encourage you to check out the Grand Opera House. It is a pretty cool little place in Oshkosh for the shit show that is Oshkosh. They do have that. And so, I just found that kind of amusing to see that Jeff Daniels was coming to town. Okay, moving right along. Other upcoming events. Thursday, we got rooftop jumpers in the Houdini Plaza for the Appleton Summer Concert Series. Not sure if we're going or who's all going, but I wanted to throw that out there. And what else did I want to throw out there? I think that was it for upcoming events. Saturday is kind of open. Or Friday's kind of, Friday. Ooh, I'm going to try this. I don't know. Have you heard about these? If you're on that Plenty of Fish website, first of all, don't be. I mean, it's a waste of time, but I did sign up once, so I got the alerts. I mean, you're not going to find any good guy off of Plenty of Fish. And if I love to hear of a good, normal relationship that worked off of Plenty of Fish dating website, because it doesn't work that way. It doesn't happen. Anyways, they have mixers and social gatherings of the singles. So Friday at Game Day in Darboy will be a POF, singles gathering. So I think there is chit-chat amongst a few of us to check this out, because either you never know what's going to happen or you're going to run into the most hilarious shit show. I'm going for the latter. And I'm not even going to find a soul there, trust me. So, if you want something to do Friday and Saturday, I might be going to Bay Beach, but I've never been, so we'll see about that. And what else do I need to update? Oh my god! Okay, my thing went to sleep again. Sorry, I almost panicked. My computer almost went on sleep mode, so I thought it stopped recording. I'm like, I'm not going to lose almost my entire podcast again, because I can't. I like to talk, but I get a little nasally and I just get sick of it, and I'm hungry. So, okay, let's move on to quickly. Just one odd news story. I found this one entertaining when I found it. Tell me what you think. I learned a few things that I didn't know about. I have 8 text messages, by the way. Where did the majority of these come from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 from Jamie. So, okay. Right. Love you, Jamie. Just keep it in 1. Okay, so my odd news story. The headline. You ready for this? Cyclist. By I mean cyclist, I mean, of course, bicyclist. Survives surprising and serious attack by a goose. Yes, this happened, folks, and here goes the story. A cyclist in Ottawa, Canada, is speaking out after surviving a serious attack by a Canada goose. As reported by CBC News, Carrie Sermon was riding her bike on the Trans-Canada Trail on June 10th and saw a gaggle of geese crossing the trail. Now, might I pause? I have never heard of a gaggle of geese. I did not know that's what you call a bunch of geese. I didn't even know you needed to refer to them as a bunch of geese. But I'm guessing that's what you call a bunch of geese, is a gaggle of geese. I mean, there are other things you call a herd of animals, and nothing's coming to mind, but I did never heard of a gaggle of geese. So when you see a bunch, please yell out, "There's a gaggle of geese!" Because you will giggle. Anyways, so she saw the gaggle of geese crossing the trail. 2 adult Canada geese crossed with goslings. That's something else I didn't know, that you will call baby geese goslings. which is kind of funny. I think it's suiting, considering if you remember Kate plus 8, or John and Kate plus 8, their last name was Gosling, and she had, 8 kids? So they're kind of like, they were little goslings. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, cute. Okay, so so Kate had a gaggle of geese. Oh my God, love it. Okay, the things that come to mind. Okay, so where was I in the story? So the 2 adult Canada geese crossed with the goslings, and then now I feel like I'm just talking about Kate plus 8. And then another adult goose crossed shortly after. Sermon thought that the coast was clear, quoting, "I think they're going to be protective, but I'm just going to zip by because they've all gone by," she recounted. "But I misjudged how quickly I was going. They thought that I was threatening them, and the goose attacked me as I was riding my bike." The cyclist continued explaining, "The last thing I remember is the wings came up around my face, and I hear myself screaming, and then I'm out." Can you imagine getting busted by a goose on a trail? I mean, really, how dumb are you? Okay, so then Miss Sermon said that when she awoke, she was lying on the ground and her face was swollen. She had a hard time getting up and to the main road, but eventually she was able to flag down Pastor Steve Wilkins, who was passing by. Wilkins called 911 and waited with Sermon for the ambulance. Here's the thing. How do you explain that? Pastor Steve comes by. "Oh my God, are you okay?" And you have these lacerations all over your face. And who got to you? Who beat you up? What happened? And so you're like, a goose attack, So he's on the phone. "I got a woman here. She was attacked by a moose." No, goose. A woman was attacked by this giant moose and she's bloody. We need your help. Goose. Hold on. Did you say goose? You were attacked by a goose? Who the fuck gets attacked by a goose? I'm sorry, ma'am. We got this stupid woman who's bleeding to death because she got too close to the gaggle of geese, apparently. I mean, that just seems funny to me. So, anyways, called the ambulance. Sermon spent 5 days in the hospital healing from a concussion, facial lacerations, a fractured cheekbone, severe vertigo, and loose teeth. I mean, you really got it by this goose. I mean, he busted up her teeth. I wonder what the goose looked like. She also walked away with a very healthy respect for Mother Nature. While the Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources says that goose attacks are rare, the emergency room staff told Sermon that they're actually not that unheard of. Miss Sermon is speaking out to warn other cyclists. You have to know that they are going to attack, and if they feel threatened. The Canadian cyclist isn't quite yet ready to return to riding, but says that she will exercise caution when she does. I mean, how would you like to hear this campaign? I mean, there's a whole campaign now. I should go out and speak at schools and biking safety courses about the gaggle of geese that are crossing the road. When you see a gaggle of geese, approach cautiously and wait for them to get out of the way. Just like a train. Stop, look, listen, and then cross. Okay? Don't get too close. Because apparently she must have been biking about 2 miles an hour that she couldn't fly by this goose. And how fast are they? I'm just surprised. I think it's funny. I think the best part of it is that a gaggle of geese got to her. So that's my odd news story. Another one I saw, I'll just mention, on the HuffPost was that about this crocodile video. This video of a crocodile going after this young man swimming in the water. I don't recall where this is at, but it looked like this couple was parasailing or whatever over the water. When you do that boat thing and you're up on like the parachute or whatever, is what it kind of looked like. And so they got video of this boy swimming to shore with this huge ass crocodile behind him, like swimming towards him. And it's kind of intense to watch. Like, you think this crocodile's going to get him, and you hear the screams of people just bewildered that they're about to watch this boy, huge crocodile, get to him. And luckily, I think somebody from on the beach threw something at the crocodile to kind of distract him long enough for this boy to kind of get ahead a little bit more. I mean, it was getting close. It was scary to think you were almost going to watch somebody. I mean, the crocodile was huge. That's the thing that gets me. I've seen alligators on those shows, and this thing was a beast. And going after him, the story had said, thank God looked like it was well fed because it couldn't swim as fast as it normally would, I would believe. So that's my story. What can I leave you with? I want to leave you with this. Thank you for listening and putting up with me. I hope you enjoyed the recaps, and if you made it all the way through, kudos. And if you're listening, like it. I wanted to mention this earlier on because you might not listen to the whole thing, but I just want to know who was listening for how long. So like it. Click like on the Facebook post. I can see how many number of views go on. But that's not necessarily always accurate. So I just want to know who catches this on Facebook. So again, like it. It'll help spread the word. If you like it, it might show up on your page, this podcast that you like. So that's the latest and the greatest. I want to leave you with something. I watch Friends on the regular. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I think I have some fan friends out there. I'm currently in season 4, one of the best of the entire series. And this was the infamous scenes where episodes where Monica and Chandler and Joey and Ross switched apartments because they lost the bet. Here is a quote. Here's one of my favorite quotes from the episode where they were doing the bets. Oh, sorry, I almost played the wrong quote. When they were talking about the stakes and everything. So go ahead, take a listen. Have yourself a swell weekend, and I hope to see you soon. Smooches.
I don't want to lose $200. We won't. 300? I'm just trying to spice it up. Okay, but wait for some pepper. Stop spending my money.
This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy